Why is this? Dude, this person infuriates me. So problematic. But this shall 100% camp me. Because, I mean, it's a naiad and low ranked, you know? Isn't at all. You might think that the reason is that this person is camping, and you wouldn't be entirely wrong, but you aren't entirely correct either. Yes, this person is camping, but that in and of itself isn't the problem. The problem is who is camping. Hey, what is up, you guys? Today, I want to talk about something that genuinely grinds my gears about this game. I was recording some footage for a different video that will come out tomorrow and just could not stop seeing the same pattern over and over and over again. It wasn't how I was playing, it wasn't how my teammates were playing, it wasn't even just how the hunter was playing. It was the combination of how they played and who they played. Since the moment I started playing IDV, I've had my own personal issues with the game, and consistently the biggest issue I've had has been camping. Only recently have I learned and understood that some characters are just designed to camp, and despite my distaste to the playstyle, it's the only way some characters are truly meant to get value out of their kit. That being said, it's important to understand who fits in this general rule and who doesn't. There are clearly characters who are fundamentally designed to camp, there are ones who don't have to camp but can get value out of it, and there are characters who are fundamentally designed to not camp. With that in mind, let's look at this again and answer the question, why is this so wrong when this is perfectly fine? If you are someone who's played IDV for any decent period of time, you'll probably already know the answer to this question. It's very simple. This character isn't designed to camp, and this one is. I want to very quickly make sure that everyone watching this video understands a very important concept, that being how to understand when a character is designed to camp and when a character isn't. So let's make a quick list. Alright, we have a very easy, simple tier list here of campers, aka characters who are fundamentally designed to camp, flex characters who can kind of be worked either way, either through camping or through not camping, and then purely characters who are not meant to camp. First off, we have Nightmare, very clearly a chaser. Exploit, also very clearly a chaser. Mary, I believe, in my opinion, is also a chaser. Clerk is our first camper. Disciple, I think Anne is a flex. I think you could be played her both ways and still do really well. Dream Witch, also chaser for what you know. I believe that Haster is a camper just because he has a very strong double hit. Norton is also a camper because he's designed to be a camper. Gamekeeper can be played both ways and still be strong. I think Geisha also, honestly, both ways could be strong. Goatman, I believe is a camper. Bonbon, I believe is a camper. Alva, I believe can be played flex. Halimber, technically he's camping playstyle because he has his dolls, but he can do everything else, so he's also flex in my opinion. I do not think you should camp as a Ripper. I do not think you should camp as Smiley Face. I believe that technically you do only have to camp as Joseph. You have to camp as Mad Eyes. You have to camp as Ithaqua. You should not camp as Ithaqua. You should not camp as Sangria. I think you can camp as Galatea, but I don't think you should. I think you can camp as Soul Weaver, but I don't think you should. I think you can camp as Breaking Wheel, and I think it's a little bit stronger, but I'm not including him in the camper category because he has so much mobility and has so much potential to be on the map doing other things while someone is unsure. Ivy, I believe I think technically Ivy is camper status. She can play both, but her camper playstyle is so strong. It's the same with Naiad. You can't really camp at all on Percy, so he's not on there. I believe that Violinist is flex. Wu Chang, I don't think you should camp on Wu Chang. And Wax Artist, I think, can be played both ways. I want to quickly go over why this list is made the way it is. All of these people up here have one thing in common, and that's that their camper playstyle is stronger than their chasing playstyle. Every single hunter in this game has a playstyle that works either as a chaser or a camper. The camping style of every single character on the camper tier is stronger than the chaser style, just the same as all of the characters down here have their chaser playstyle much stronger than their camping one. And majority of these people have very similar playstyles. Norton, Bonbon, Naiad have very similar playstyles because Norton places down stuff, Bonbon places down stuff, Naiad places down stuff. You can also include Hastra on this list, and even Goatman because they also place down stuff. Clerk and Mad Eyes are very similar because they both have mechanics that give you vision of the map from pretty much anywhere. Obviously, she's kind of an outlier because you don't want to be camping first chair, first time you chair someone. You just don't want to. The more I look at this list, honestly, Ivy is better fitted in the flex because of her playstyle. Her camping playstyle is really strong, but much differently to all of these characters, you don't want to do it right away. If you have Norton, you first chair someone on Norton, you want to be camping immediately, but with Ivy, your first chair on Ivy, you don't want to camp. All of the flex characters have very flexible kits where you could play Anne as a camper and do really well because of her stun. Or because she has high mobility, you can go out and apply more pressure while you chair someone. Same with Gamekeeper, same with Geisha. She doesn't have a stun, but she does have technique where you can go up in the air and you can fall back down and get faster attack speed. She's also strong as a camper, but I believe, this is just up to personal preference, she's stronger as a chaser. Because she has these two unique playstyles that works very well still, she belongs in flex. I believe this is the same with Alva. You can camp really well as Alva, but you can also chase really well as Alva because people really underestimate his mobility. It's very strong. Hellember is on here because technically he does have a camping playstyle, but he's not the one camping because his dolls are. You can camp with Galatea because of her statues, but I personally have more fun playing Galatea as a chaser, but she's still in this flex role for a reason. Same with Soulweaver. Breaking Wheel has a technique where you can camp really well with him when you need to, but again, he's more built as a chaser, so similar situation with Ivy. And everyone in the chaser has something in common. They have some sort of map mobility or high map presence. You have your teleport and very, very quick long lunges as Nightmare. You have your very, very speedy Axe Boy. You have your Mirror as Bloody Queen. You have essentially multiple hunters as Dream Witch. You have your Jump as Lucino. Ripper is generally just faster. He's one of the fastest movement speed based characters. Joker, you have your dashes. Ithoka, you also have your dashes. Sangre, you have your dashes. Percy doesn't really belong anywhere other than on this list. And you have your Umbrella as Wuchang. Their kits fundamentally place them in one of these three categories, and there's pretty much no exception to this. The only exception to this that you can technically give is Percy because he doesn't have the ability to chair anything. Now that you have a rough understanding of what characters should and shouldn't be played as campers, and roughly what a hunter needs in their kit to be considered a strong camper, I want to raise a question. Why in nearly every single match do I see people camping regardless of the character they're playing? When I see this happen, and when it happens to me specifically, I don't get annoyed that I'm getting camped. I'm getting annoyed that the person camping me is wasting the potential of the character they're playing. Not just the practical potential of being able to make game-deciding plays, but specifically the potential of fun. I am absolutely of the belief that you can have so much more fun playing this game if you just don't camp. That's why I rarely play hunters that depend on camping, and why I tend to depend less on camping to win games. I just have so much more fun playing when I'm not relying on a playstyle that makes me stand still and wait. Take this person camping as Smiley or this person camping as Ithaqua, for example. You are playing a character that is designed to chase down survivors, so why decide to instead use a playstyle that contradicts everything the character was designed to do? I know that there's people out there that genuinely enjoy the control the playstyle gives, and there's people that might be overwhelmed by using a playstyle that forces them to be more present as much as possible. And please don't take this video the wrong way. I'm not trying to call any of these people bad at the game, and I'm certainly not trying to bash people who play this way. What I want this video to show you is that when you camp as a character that shouldn't camp, you essentially shoot yourself in the foot. Camping as a character that isn't intended to be played that way is just making games harder and more frustrating for you. I recommend trying out any of these characters who are more designed to camp, and don't limit yourself to these ones. I made and placed characters in the flex tier for a reason. While characters in this tier are generally better for the playstyle, these ones still have potential too. Just please stop playing these characters if you have to depend on camping. I hope you enjoyed this video. If it wasn't clear from the beginning, this is a topic I'm pretty passionate about regarding IDV, and I really hope that a lot of people find this video so they can hopefully learn a thing or two. I would greatly appreciate if you could share this video with your friends who play the game, maybe even the ones who also struggle with the same issue. As always, with these more analytical and informational sit down and talk videos, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Maybe anything you disagree with, or even some stories you have from playing the game and running into people who play this way. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I would greatly appreciate if you could like and subscribe. I post 5 videos a week and stream every single Friday, and you do not want to miss it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next